Hey, it's Misha Danielle and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to review the Naked Reloaded palette. This palette was released in stores on March 7th and it's been pretty talked about. So I'm going to let you know whether or not I think this palette is totally worth it or totally not. Maybe we can save some money or maybe we can splurge some money. Tune in and we'll find all that out. So I'll tell you my first impressions of this palette. I really like the packaging. When I took the palette out of the package, I really love the feel of it. It has this very nice soft fabric and you know, it's giving me those Reloaded vibes. Like it's something different, you know, something I've never seen, and I own a lot of palettes, so it was something different. I have the original Naked palette. It is no longer in stores. Yes, Urban Decay decided to discontinue the palette, but I'm so fortunate that I kept mine, and I still have a ways to go before it's a total loss for me. So I do know with this palette, you know, it has that velvety feel. It's very nice. So I haven't had a palette like that since that. So it makes sense that the Reloaded palette would just give me similar vibes and something different. I will say, you know, I'll give you a little taste here. This is this is original palette, so it has like a smaller mirror. It has, you know, earth tones as well as some hues of blue here, so that was a little different. There's also a spot here it's taken out, but it did come with an eyeshadow brush. I always enjoy the brushes, so when I opened up the Urban Decay Naked Reloaded palette, I was kind of shocked. There's no brush, but there is a bigger mirror if that makes any type of difference. So this palette does feature some pretty beautiful, more neutral shades. There aren't any blue shades or gray, so it's really got like this neutral thing going on. And I will just read the back of the packaging just to let you know. Yeah. Don't you remember getting naked for the very first time? Do it again with Naked Reloaded. Modernize must-have neutrals with a whole new edge. With 12 can't live without nudes. From soft mattes and satins to dimensional sparkles and metallic shimmer, the go-to naked shades you love just got a glow up. The Naked Revolution started with our search for the perfect desert island shades, and the journey continues with Reloaded. Ah, I love it. So the shades, I'm going to name all 12. They are Bribe, Barely Naked, Angel Fire, Retro, Reputation, Burn, Endgame, Dreamweaver, Distilled, Bucked, Boundaries, and Blur. And I will say these shades are absolutely stunning. So again, I'll show you guys what they look like. And so the look that I'm going to do today, I think I want to just play around with all of these shades, and I probably won't use all 12, but I am going to just kind of play around with them. The brush I'm going to use is from Tarte. It is from their limited edition palette. I'm going to type down the name below in the comment box if you're interested in it. Sometimes you see them as Sephora, sometimes they're sold out, they're not going to make anymore, hence limited edition. But I will notice that the shades Bribe as well as Blur, they are a little bit bigger, and probably mainly because you can use these shades as a concealer or a really nice base, so they want to give you a little bit more product. Also the shades Boundaries and Barely Baked, they are a little bit bigger, and then these in the middle here are all about the same size. So I'm sure there's obviously a reason for the sizing. You know, you do want more product to conceal as well as just really have your eyelids have a very nice base. So like I mentioned before, I'm going to just go in and see how this turns out. Normally I have like a look in mind, so this is kind of freestyle for me. I'm gonna just go in here. I'm thinking about starting off with Boundaries. Normally on my outer lids, I'll take the darkest shade, but I think I'm gonna just transition a little bit. So don't mind me, guys. I am just gonna use my handy dandy Homex mirror, and you guys will be able to kind of see exactly what it is that I'm doing with my eyelids. And again, I'm gonna go in with the shade Boundaries in the outer lids, and we'll see how this kind of turns out. So I'm gonna just brush my hair to the side here. I will say that Boundaries, it is, for me, it is a very like neutral shade for my skin tone. If someone's a little bit lighter skin toned, then it would probably show up a little bit more. But when I put it in my outer lid, guys, it automatically just kind of blends in. It blends in seamlessly. So I will say also, it does have a bit of fallout, but that's okay because you can just tap it out and get the fallout out. But again, now people will see why I kind of like to go in with a little bit darker shades. But again, I'm just playing around, seeing what's out there. So I think what I am going to do, I am going to use the darkest shade in the palette, which is Endgame, and we'll see how that turns out. It is very dark. It's almost scary, but hey, go big or go home, they say. So I'm going to go in a little bit more on my outer lids, and I'm going to just kind of keep brushing this way because you just want your foundation and everything to look good. And to me, it starts exactly with your eyelids. It has to blend in too to just get everything looking good. I don't know, I think that the eyes are truly the windows to the soul, and you want to look good, right? Because I'm here for this palette. I'm here for Reloaded. I'm here for revamping. If it's new and it's giving me, you know, similar vibes but a nice spin on it, I'm with it. And like I mentioned before, you know, when something is reloaded or revamped, it can be a little bit nerve-wracking because you don't know, is it going to be good? So I'm going to zoom in a little bit because I feel like we're so far away. I really want you to see. So after going in with Endgame, I'm going to use the shade Bucked. And Bucked I'm going to put on my kind of like my inner lid here. And again, this is the shade Bucked, and I just want to have a really soft transition. I don't want to just have it looking all like I just threw some colors up there. I really want it to look like I put some thought into it, guys. So again, this is the shade Bucked, and as you can see on like my complexion, I've got my eyelids closed. You can't really see much just yet. So in order to get that going, I'm going to go in with the color of the shade Distilled. We'll see if that will kind of, you know, give it some vavoom. That's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for something new, but, you know, still giving me like the same vibes as the original palette, which was my very first palette starting off. Thanks to the Naked palette, that started off, you know, just having a high-end palette. So this palette retails, the Reloaded palette retails for $44. I do remember when I purchased a Naked palette, it was around 50 bucks. So it's interesting, you know, it's revamped as Reloaded, but it's actually one of the cheaper palettes around. So I don't know if that was just marketing, wanted to try something different, who knows. So now that I've got this kind of booming, what I want to do here, now that I've got it just, you know, kind of just transition pretty well, I'm going to go in with the shade Reputation. So I'm working my way to the lighter end of the spectrum. So again, this is Reputation right about here, and I'm going to see if that kind of gives me some boom. I don't know, I like palettes with a lot of pizzazz. Oh, here we go, we're getting somewhere, guys. Do you see it? Do you see it? We're getting somewhere with Reputation. Okay, Reputation is about to have a good reputation on my end. It is. Ooh, now you're seeing my lids. Now it is all making sense. Wow. Okay, we're getting somewhere. I will say with this palette, if you do try the method that I'm using, darkest to lightest, or just trying things out, some of these shades are not that, how do I call it, like some of these shades are just okay. They're not really 100% like extravagant. So far, this isn't something I want to like rave about and be like, go get the Naked Reloaded palette. But we're gonna just keep on going, and hopefully soon you will start to see hopefully a really nice transition. So after that, I think I want to go a little bit lighter because again, I'm searching for just, I don't know, like a bomb look. So I'm gonna go a little bit lighter with Angel Fire. This is a very light shade, but hopefully with this light shade all is well. So I'm just gonna put it on kind of on top of it. I don't want this to be like a cakey look or anything, but I just needed to show, I just needed people to know you have eye makeup on, because right now it don't look like it, but we'll get there, guys. We will get there in no time. So I'm gonna kind of just show you guys a little bit more. We're gonna get a little bit close and personal. But yeah, so that is what I am doing. And right now I'm just going in, making sure that it's transitioning pretty well for it to be, like I mentioned, just a lighter shade. It looks good. As you can see, the darker shade, Endgame, it's transitioned pretty well. We'll see, you know, is this the right thing for me or not? I don't know. Like I said, there's no wow factor, guys, unfortunately. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna use a little bit of burn, and we'll see if that burn, ooh, it's very pretty. We'll see if burn kind of does it. Is this it, or is this just not gonna happen? All right, so I'm gonna take a little bit of the shade Barely Baked, and I'm gonna put that on like right under my brow bone. Normally I don't do this, but hey, this shade is gonna, ooh, it's shimmery. Ooh, this is pretty, guys. This is very, very pretty. Again, this is Barely Baked. I'm just sweeping it and back and forth motions right under my brow bone and just kind of have it pop a little bit. I like it to pop. So I'm gonna do the same thing on my right eye over here in hopes that it looks a little bit better. And this will be just a look that I can kind of go in and see. So I'm just working my way. Same thing like I did on the previous eyelid, just back and forth motions right on the brow bone, right under my eyebrow here, you know, just making it pop. So what I'm gonna do to bring this look all in, I'm going to just go in with my eyeliner. I'm gonna just pop some lashes on, and hopefully this look will be a little bit more complete. Let's hope so, guys. All right, be back soon. Okay guys, so I am back. The look is now complete. Popped on some eyeliner and some lashes, and this is like the final product of the Naked Reloaded eye makeup look. I will say, if I compare it to my original Naked palette, it is a different experience, but would I highly recommend the Naked Reloaded palette? I would not. I would say this palette is actually perfect for beginners who are really just transitioning with like nude or neutral tones, and they just want something to like try it out. I will say my favorite Naked palette thus far is my Naked Heat palette. That is my go-to. I love that palette for like a variety of different reasons, but this palette right here, when you're used to different things, like I'm really into like pressed glitters lately, that could have something to do with it too. I won't say it's a total waste. It's just nothing that like it's really extravagant that would really just be like the highest selling palette. So this palette does not feature any shades that has never been featured in any other palette by different brands before. This is something that you can find with other shades. I really feel like this is not like the #1 nude palette, but it's still a good palette nonetheless. So if you never have purchased a new palette, I would say start with this. I can't recommend the original Naked palette just because it's discontinued, but this will be a starting one. But if you're someone who like me owns a lot of different palettes, this is probably something that you probably wouldn't go out and buy. It's not something you would miss if you don't have it. It is what it is, guys. So it's gonna be a nay for me. It's gonna be a nay if you have something like this already. It's gonna be a yay if you don't have a nude palette. I recommend this. So it's one of those things. It's like one of those things. But thanks so much, guys, for tuning in to my video. My first impressions video is something that I want to do more of. I really love purchasing makeup from Sephora, so I need to just do a bunch of first impression videos. So if you like this video, please go ahead and click subscribe, as well as click the notification bell to be notified each time I upload a new video here on my channel. You don't want to be left out of the loop. You don't want to miss out on my next first impressions, beauty, sometimes fashion related videos. So click that subscribe button, guys. You will not regret it. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you guys in my next video.